Oh yes, my name is Ken Busfield. I was born in Yorkshire a long time ago. It was about the time that King George V of England died, so that gives you an idea how old I am. My favourite food? Well, every day I have for breakfast porridge. Now, I usually start with some grapefruit, so I guess that's mainly my favourite food, but I do like chocolate. Passion? Got lots of passions. I spend a lot of time cycling, taking part in concerts, singing in a choir, so you could call those my passions if you like. Family life, I've got a great family, and I guess my family is one of my passions. My bike, it's probably called a Giant. Yeah, this bike is only 2 years old. I might even think about buying a new one. Put some lights on it, and a hooter, a horn. The main requirement is balance, but that can easily come with practice. So really all you need to do is sit on the bike and being able to steer, which comes naturally really. Probably started riding a bike when I was about 5 years old, very small bike. I've got favourite memories. Oh, it's very difficult to answer that one. I suppose it's usually when I've been on some sort of trip. We had a trip with my wife to the Loire Valley in France, and so cycled between chateaux and wine tasting places and things like that. But the chateaux were beautiful and the countryside was beautiful, so that's one I guess I could talk of. But I've also cycled in Tasmania, in New Zealand, around Queensland, around Yorkshire, around the lakes in Britain and Scotland. Yeah, so lots of things which were beautiful, and I class them all as in my favourite things. I started cycling, of course, it was a very different world, and in fact most people cycled, so it wasn't as though it was anything unusual. It was a natural thing where I was brought up, that you rode a bike and went to the shops or school or wherever on your bike, and the majority of people did it, so it was a natural thing to do, to learn to ride a bike. Bill Metcalf would be the one who influenced my lust for cycling. He was the guy who led groups of boys from the school I was at on cycling tours around England. This was in England, and we'd go up to the Lake District for a week, or the Dales, Yorkshire Dales for a week, or down to North Wales for a week, where it's beautiful countryside, and we had a great time. And you'd take a group of about 20 to 25 kids of all ages, not just my age group. And these were fantastic tours, and he was a great organiser. Since I retired, I've started trying to persuade people to ride by forming groups. In the University of the Third Age, which I'm very heavily involved in, the group I lead is called Pedal for Pleasure, and what I do is get people to join the group and go for enjoyable cycle rides all around Brisbane. Been very successful. It's been going now as Pedal for Pleasure for since 2001, so that's 17 years. I've started another one now called Social Cycling, which is encouraging people who are less familiar with bikes to ride, and we just go a shorter distance and make it a social event rather than a cycling event. Grandma, of course, is my wife, and I've been with her for almost 60 years, married for 60 years. We've been together for longer than that. Well, in our early days, in the courting days, we actually used to go out on cycle bikes. And she was a good cyclist, no problem, but over the years she's got less and less excited by cycling, and now she's given up altogether. We've had holidays overseas, cycling with Brittany on a cycling tour, and we've been to New Zealand on a cycling tour together, and Tasmania, so we've done quite a few tours.
Well, we've always cycled. Long before we were married, we both had bikes. We used to go around the Yorkshire moors, riding our bikes or getting to places to meet. We used to cycle to the cricket grounds and things like that. I just encourage Grandad to cycle because it's his means of getting about, and I know he's a pretty safe cyclist, so we manage. I try not to worry too much when he falls off and breaks his little finger and things like that. I just help him pack and send him off and tell him to have great fun and be careful.
If I hadn't cycled, how would I be? And I think I'd probably be dead. best thing is to lead a healthy life of quality, you know, where you enjoy everything you do. That's, I think everybody's aim should be to do that, enjoy everything they do. And I know so many people who work and complain bitterly about their work all the time. I think really that's not something to aim for. You really need to be positive in life and look at the benefits of whatever you do and enjoy it. To me, cycling is supposed to be an enjoyable event where you actually trundle along at whatever pace you like and look around. Don't worry how far you've gone or how fast you've gone, just do it. But I thank you very much for the interview. I hope I've been positive and useful.